Most people think Jesus was just gentle, kind, soft-spoken, and he was. But if that's all you know about Jesus, you're missing something, because there were moments when Jesus said a single sentence, and entire crowds fell silent. Religious experts had no response. His enemies had no comeback, and everyone standing nearby knew exactly what had just happened. Here are 3 of the greatest mic drop moments from Jesus. Number 3, the trap about taxes. The religious leaders thought they finally had him. They asked, "Should we pay taxes to Caesar?" It was a perfect trap. If Jesus said yes, the Jewish people would be furious. If he said no, Rome could arrest him. Either way, they thought they had won. Jesus asked for a coin. He held it up and asked, "Whose image is on it?" "Caesar's." Then Jesus said, "Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God." Instantly, the trap collapsed. The Bible says they were amazed. 1 question, 1 sentence. Mic drop. Number 2, the woman caught in adultery. A crowd dragged a woman before Jesus. They weren't looking for justice. They were looking for a reason to accuse him. They said, "The law says she should be stoned. What do you say?" Again, it looked impossible. If Jesus showed mercy, they could accuse him of ignoring the law. If he approved the stoning, he would appear cruel. Instead, Jesus knelt down and wrote in the dirt. Then he stood and said, "Let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone." Silence. The oldest began walking away first, then the younger ones, until nobody remained. The accusers became the accused. 1 sentence. Mic drop. And now, number 1, the moment nobody dared ask another question. The religious leaders were constantly challenging Jesus, trying to trap him, trying to embarrass him, trying to prove him wrong. Then, Jesus asked them a question. A simple question. If David calls the Messiah Lord, how can the Messiah merely be David's son? The experts froze. They knew the scriptures. They knew the prophecies. Yet, they couldn't answer. Matthew tells us something incredible. No one could say a word in reply. But it gets even better. The verse continues, "And from that day on, no one dared ask him any more questions." Think about that. The people who spent years trying to trap Jesus stopped trying. 1 question ended every argument. 1 question ended every challenge. 1 question left an entire group of religious scholars speechless. The greatest mic drop wasn't when Jesus answered a question, it was when he asked one. Here's what makes these moments so powerful. Jesus wasn't trying to win arguments. He wasn't trying to embarrass people. He was revealing truth. And truth has a way of silencing every lie. That's why thousands of years later, his words still hit just as hard. Because kingdoms rise and fall, empires come and go, but the words of Jesus never lose their power. So the next time someone tells you Jesus was boring, remember this. Gentle? Absolutely. Loving? Without question. But boring? Never. Because every time Jesus opened his mouth, people were either transformed or left completely speechless. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and join us for more hidden details, powerful moments, and amazing stories from the Bible.